Chapter 17, Houses and Hurts. In the sweltering haze of a Cedar Hollow summer, Lena pressed her phone tighter against her ear as she stood before the house on Sycamore Lane. Malik's voice crackled through the line, and though their bond still pulsed between them, something fragile had curled inside her. They'd built a connection on harmony and hunger, fueling a shared vision of a real estate empire. Jalen's death, 7 months past, hovered in Malik's silences like a shadow he couldn't name. Still, the dream of a life rooted in Cedar Hollow kept him striving, even from behind bars. He plotted deals. She turned dust into brick and mortar. 4 rentals had become 7, each new acquisition testing the fault lines of their trust. Lately, she worried she'd overstepped. Malik reminded her of Tantalus, forever reaching for warmth and freedom he couldn't touch. Lena felt that ache too, the phone calls a reminder of his absence. "We're close," he'd said the night before, voice bright despite the walls that contained him. "I see us running this town, houses, kids, laughter echoing through halls." She managed budgets, hired crews, watched new windows catch the Alabama sun, and oversaw the installation of the metal roof and quartz countertops. Every nail driven was a step toward his release. Yet every success felt tinged with guilt. What good was a masterpiece shotgun house if the man who inspired it couldn't walk through its door? Their next property, a weathered 3-bedroom cottage on Oak Street, had become a battleground. Elderly tenants refused to pay or leave, hurling racial slurs that scorched Lena's resolve. Each insult landed like a blow. "You ain't welcome here." They mocked her vision, but in their venom she felt Malik's quiet encouragement, his texts. "Don't let them dim your light." Each word a shard of hope. She slammed eviction papers on the desk, her heart pounding as fiercely as her anger, though every legal maneuver drained their funds and frayed her nerves. Then came the ranch on Magnolia Drive, with 5 bedrooms and an oak-lined yard, and a wholesale price that made her pulse quicken. She'd seen the numbers align and jumped, closing the deal alone. In her mind, it was pragmatic. Low risk, high yield, another brick in their future. But when Malik learned of it, only after escrow closed, his hurt hit louder than any argument. "Lena, how could you make that move without me?" His words felt like a punch to her chest. He'd always trusted her implicitly. Now his voice trembled with betrayal. His voice was low, stricken, not with anger, but with the raw pain of exclusion. She'd believed she was protecting their dream, but by hiding the purchase, she'd shattered the mirror of their unity. Guilt swelled in her stomach as she tried to explain. "I saw our future in that house. I thought I was moving us forward, fast." Her voice cracked. "I never meant to leave you out." His silence stretched, a gulf she feared might swallow them both. When he finally said, "I don't want walls between us," it sounded like a plea, a bridge she'd nearly burned. She swallowed the lump in her throat. "I'm sorry," she said, each word hoarse with regret. "You're my partner, my heart. I should have called you first." The confession settled between them. A tentative truce she desperately hoped he'd accept. Their bond, rattled but unbroken, held. The shotgun house neared completion under Lena's watchful eye. The eviction dragged through court, and the brick ranch waited. Every call reminded them of what they were missing, her touch, his laughter, and freedom's promise, just out of reach. Yet in the tension and the apologies, they rediscovered the spark that had drawn them together. Lena poured herself into each renovation, not just to build houses, but to rebuild trust. Malik, charting their course from behind bars, clung to the vision of a future where his hands could shape door frames instead of cold steel bars. In Cedar Hollow, where magnolias bloomed in prejudice's shadow, their conflicted hearts found a way to keep beating as one, determined that when freedom finally came, they'd step into a life truly their own.